Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We are going to see 5th standard FA4 lesson, Gandhiji leads the nation. Gandhiji returned from South Africa in the year 1915. After he came to India, he was given the leadership of the Indian freedom struggle. After Gandhiji came to India, he wanted to travel throughout the India. When he traveled throughout India, he saw that many people were very poor and there was many social evil prevailing in the society. And the main social evil was the caste system. The lower caste people were called as untouchables. He thought that if the people are not united, the people will be not united means the nation will not develop. So he wanted the people to be united. So he started calling the untouchable as Harijans. Harikejan means the people of the God. So after he started this, all the people joined him and they also started to be united, and there was no more difference between the upper caste or the lower caste. In the after Gandhiji came to India, he started the Satyagraha movement to protest against the British. The Satyagraha movement is a non-violent movement to protest against the British. In this process, all the people started participating in the Satyagraha movement. In 1990, the British passed the Rowlatt Act. According to it, anybody can be put into jail without a trial. If anybody is committing a mistake, means they will be taken into jail and a case will be held in the court. After the trial, if the person is found guilty, only he will be put into jail. But according to the Rowlatt Act, the Britishers had the right to put anybody into the jail. So people were not satisfied. So throughout India, there was protest against this Rowlatt Act. So during this Rowlatt Act, when protest was going on throughout India, in 13th April 1990, Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar in the state of Punjab, the people had gathered in a huge, nearly 10,000 people had gathered in the Jallianwala Bagh. This was the new year of the Punjabis, called as the Baisakhi. The people, all children, men, women, all had gathered there. But General Dyer, what he did, he closed the only entrance to the Bagh and he ordered his soldiers to fire at the public. Continuously for 10 minutes, they fired. In this process, many people, to save their lives, only one well was there in the Bagh, they jumped into the well. Many ran helter and skelter. In the process, many of them fell one top of the other and many died because of stampede. Nearly 120 people died in the well and nearly 1,100 were injured and more than 500 were dead. This is the memorial of the Jallianwala Bagh, which is present there. If you visit to Punjab in Amritsar, you can see that. Afterwards, the non-cooperation movement. After the Rowlatt Act was passed, after the Jallianwala Bagh, people throughout India were very sad with the British. They wanted to protest. So Gandhiji started the non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement means we should not cooperate with. Means they should refuse what the Britishers were saying. So people who were working in the British officers, they resigned their job. Lawyers, they boycotted the court. The children who were studying in the schools run by the Britishers, they also boycotted the school. People in large number, even the children, women and men, they came in the street and they sat on the roads to protest against the non-cooperation movement. When the movement was going on, Gandhiji was arrested and put into jail. In 1922, when the non-cooperation movement in Chauri Chaura in the state of Uttar Pradesh, the people were protesting for the non-cooperation movement. During that process, the group became violent. And in the process, what they did, they burned the police station. And when they burned the police station, 22 policemen who were in the station were killed. Gandhiji was very upset after the Chauri Chaura incident because Gandhiji followed the non-violent way, but this was a violent way. So Gandhiji called off the non-cooperation movement. Later on, the British imposed several taxes on the Indian people. They also imposed the salt law. So the civil disobedience movement was started. The salt law was passed, means the Indian people were forbidden to make the salt, means the Indian peoples were not allowed to make salt. So Gandhiji, he started a peaceful march called Dandi March. He started from Sabarmati Ashram near Ahmedabad in Gujarat till Dandi near the coast of Gujarat. Many people followed Gandhiji and went to the coast of Gujarat, and near Dandi they evaporated the sea water and made the salt and broke the salt law. Later on, this was known as the Dandi March. Later on, the Britishers wanted to bring some reforms, or they wanted to bring some changes in which they ruled India. So they introduced the Simon Commission. Simon Commission was led by Sir Simon, but in this commission not a single Indian was there. So the people boycotted the Simon Commission and they raised a slogan, Simon go back. And the Congress demanded Purna Swaraj, or complete independence for India. After that, many Indians were still arrested and punished and all. So the Indians were dragged into the Second World War. Before that, the Britishers started the Government Indian Act. According to the Government Indian Act, the elections were held throughout India, in which in mostly all the provinces the Congress people were elected and they came into force. But the real power lied in the hands of the British. After that, the Second World War started. So the Britishers declared war on behalf of India. So the Congress people, all those who were elected as members, resigned their post and they demanded complete independence of India. Gandhiji started the Quit India movement in August 1942. After the Quit India movement, Subhash Chandra Bose, also known as lovingly known as Netaji, he was also 2 times the president of the Congress. He believed that the Britishers had to be sent back by force. So he went to Japan and he raised an army of Indian soldiers, nearly 40,000 Indian soldiers. They marched towards the northeastern borders of India and they fought with the British. Initially they succeeded, but later on the Britishers defeated them. This Indian National Army, which was formed by Subhash Chandra Bose, was called as Azad Hind Fauj, or Indian National Army. Later on, after the incident of Subhash Chandra Bose and the Quit India movement, the people, the Britishers got afraid. They thought they have lost a hold over India. They have to go back again to their country. So they finally decided to give freedom to India. So they called up the Congress and the Muslim League to have a negotiation with the Britishers. When they spoke with the Muslim League and the Congress, the leader of the Muslim League, they demanded a separate state for Muslim. At last, the Britishers, when they came to India also, they followed the divide and rule policy. While leaving also, they followed the same divide and rule policy. They partitioned India as India and Pakistan. So finally, India got independence on August 15, 1947, and the first Prime Minister of India was Jawaharlal Nehru. Thank you.